Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is Jaylee's Corner. Look, this show, okay, The Gilded Age, season 3. I've been watching since season 1. I'm not a new watcher. I'm not, what's that show? Let me watch it now. I have been watching since season 1. I don't know when y'all got up on it. I've been watching. Okay, now look, the next season is season 4. It has already been greenlit, so I'm happy about that. And I have not reviewed this show before, but it is such a good show. And I just wanted to discuss the season 3 finale. And I know some people watch. So if you're watching this video, I hope you enjoy it. And I hope you, like me, can't wait for the next season of this show. Okay. So the Gilded Age show, it comes on HBO, so on either on your HBO Max app or your HBO cable or whatever, you can watch it anywhere. This season, Chef's Kiss, every season's been good. It's a really, really good show. It's basically about the ins and the outs of society back in the 1800s. Okay, it's Downton Abbey. I didn't watch Downton Abbey. I want to get into it, and this focuses on the rich people. Okay, the black rich people, the white rich people, they servants and whatnot, relationships and divorces and all these things. Society back then. I said this show is basically the housewives of the 1800s. Okay, now look, I'm not gonna be on camera for this at all, but y'all make sure to like this video. Okay, y'all make sure to subscribe and whatnot. Okay, follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG, Twitter, and TikTok. Okay, look, I was like, what? Y'all done shot my husband? Not y'all done, no, not George. Somebody save George. Can somebody put, because this last episode, okay, George hadn't saved his company. His son got the little bonds in the contract for the mines to get the copper, and then someone walked in the office and said, "Bang bang, shot George." I said, "Oh Lord, not you get shot back in them days, you died. They had no real medicine around there. They had no doctor machine, no MRI, no CT scans. Okay, nothing. So you would usually die back then if you got shot. So they shot George, and we said, "Oh my God." Oh my God. And then because Dr. Kirkland mama, evil Claire Huxtable, she down there, have found out, that Peggy had been married before and had a baby, okay? But she got some gossip and not the truth. So she went and told Dr. Kirkland, your little girlfriend, I told her she ain't nothing. I told her she ain't worth nothing. Yeah, she was married, or we think she was. She had a baby. The baby was put up for adoption. The baby died. Yeah, she's a secretive little lady. We don't like her. I said, evil Claire Hanks Huxtable, what is you doing? Okay, I don't like that man mama. So Dr. Kirkland, the black doctor, went to go see Peggy, black lady right there in green, okay, and said, I have to talk to you because he had to find out, is it true? I love Peggy. I'm dating Peggy. I want to marry her, I think. But if she's been hiding a divorce, a failed marriage, a dead baby, like what's wrong? Because I think she's a great person. I don't believe these things. And so we see at the same time that George is getting shot across the way. Dr. Kirkland is at across the street from his house talking to Peggy. Okay. And then it goes to today's episode. So because Peggy's across the street and Dr. Kirkland, again, the black doctor, is across the street, and they're like, oh my God, George is shot. George is shot. Oh, well, the black doctor across the street, get him. Now, back in them days, black people was not worked on by white people and vice versa. Because when Peggy got sick, she could not be worked on. The white doctor refused to work on Peggy, and she ended up meeting who the black Dr. Kirkland. Okay, so the fact that black Dr. Kirkland is coming to save the life of a white man speaks volume. Because again, if a black doctor is working on a black man and the white man died, they're gonna probably try and kill the white man. I mean, kill the black man. So Dr. Kirkland even taking a chance to be a doctor, save this rich white man, okay, who's been shot by By who? We don't know yet. So Dr. Kirkland already is like, ooh, let me help. I'm a helper. Peggy, I will talk to you later. I have to help the white men and whatnot. Okay. You see Marion around there helping, the wife around there, and all these things. They like work on the doctor. I'm like, oh my God. Please don't kill this man. We don't want you to die. Okay. Now also, the wife, Bertha, who's at the head of the man head, he had left her a little bit and he was upset with her because she's a bitch out. We'll do that later. But they all trying to save the man life. Okay. Then the white doctor eventually get there because he was somewhere delivering twins who was not coming out right. Okay, they were breech. He had a twin breech birth, so he could not rush out to come save, daddy, daddy, George. And he like, I was at the birth. I couldn't get here in time. I'm here now. But look, who are you? What are you doing? Because I'm a white doctor. You a black man. What your black ass doing here? I'm Dr. Kirkland. I came around here. I was across the streets visiting somebody. Okay, I'm a doctor. Where you go to school from? I went to Howard. Okay, I went to Howard University. I'm a doctor. I did this. I did that. I stitched him up. I sewed him up. He's good right now. Okay, he gonna need some prescription medication. I can't do that. And so the white doctor was like, "Oh, well, I guess if you wasn't here, he would have died. So I mean, I guess thank you." I'm like, why Dr. Be more appreciative? Okay, the white rich man could have died because you was somewhere birthing breech twins. Okay, and luckily the black man, and again, this white doctor is the same white doctor who refused to help Peggy when she was damn near dying and sick. And why he wouldn't help Peggy? Because she's black. And so for him to come and try to be, he hours and hours late, but he had to birth some babies. You would not help a black woman and then had a white patient who was helped by a black doctor. You should be ashamed of yourself, white doctor. Anyway, he said, "Yeah, you good. You helped him not die. I got it from here. Okay, get out my face." And he then wrote a prescription for some pain meds because Dr. Kirkland, black doctor, he did not have any. Because I'm visiting. I don't carry drugs on me. I don't have prescriptions with me, so he cannot give him anything for the pain. So white doctor gave a prescription for pain meds for the rich white man, George. Okay, but George is alive. We're gonna see if he lives, and yes, he lives. Yay! Woo, woo, woo. I was like, oh, so happy because I'm like, he could have died. He could, but I think the only reason they didn't kill him, he's a main character. Like you can't kill him off yet. Give us a couple more seasons, okay? But Bertha, his wife, the wife named Bertha. Bertha and George have been going through it. Okay, George is a shrewd, rich businessman. He be doing deals and whatnot. But Bertha like making deals with the family. Okay, I'm gonna force my daughter to marry this man we don't know because he's a duke. Okay, if my daughter's not a duchess or whatever, and I know she don't know that man, don't want to be with that man, but I'm gonna force her to do that. So I'm gonna force my family to do stuff to make us have a better place in society. And they pissed at her for all that. So George had left the house child living somewhere else, but he got shot and they brought him home. Okay, so then he there. Oh, George, I'm so happy you're here. I'm happy I didn't lose you. I love you, George. You my man, George. Okay, I love you. And George, like, okay. I'm happy I'm alive too. Leave me be. Now, their son, Larry, okay, and his fiance, or was kind of fiance. So that's Marion. But okay, we don't like Marion much sometimes because she gets on our nerves sometimes. Okay, but Marion and Larry are engaged. Or they were engaged. The night they got engaged, he went to like a strip club. Okay, it's the equivalent of a strip club because they get naked. You may have sex if you pay for it right or whatever, but it's also drinks and food and whatnot. So he didn't tell her. He said, "Hey, I'm going out with my friends to celebrate. I'm going to this restaurant." Okay, but he went to the titty bar. Okay, and he didn't do nothing. He literally went and had drinks with friends and then left. Okay, whatever. But she didn't know that. She found out, oh, you lied to me. She called off the engagement, but she did it while he was out of town and did not give him a reason. And when he came back and found out, he said, I didn't do what were you mad for? Like, what did I do? I found out you went to a house of ill repute. And I can't believe like I didn't do shit though. Was it not you think I'm dumb? I know what goes on in those places. I did, but I didn't do nothing. So she's pissed. He's confused. But now the daddy shot. She helped save his baby life. She the lady on top holding the body. Okay, so she helped save her fiance because the daddy would have died had she not helped. Because Dr. Kirkland said, I need some more hands. Okay, so again, she ran and said she helped save this man's daddy. And I love you. I talked to Jack, who was also there. And Jack told me you didn't do shit. He said, yeah, but I told you that too. But you didn't believe me. You believe Jack and not me. What kind of shit is that? But you lied to me. Now again, it's a back and forth. Look, she had every right to be upset that he lied. But she wasn't mad that he lied. She was upset and accused him of fucking them hoes. Okay. And when he said, I didn't fuck them, I did lie. Yes, I did lie, but I did not fuck no hoes. She did not believe him. She felt like you went to the house, the whole house, bagged some hoes, and you're gonna come back to me as if I'm dumb. No. Engagement is off. So he's upset, still think you didn't believe me. Like, how can we be together if you get pissed and you don't believe me, but you believe somebody else? So again, with my daddy dying, leave me alone. Okay, that's that on that. Now later on, they did talk it out, and the engagement ain't off because she realized she fucked up. Again, she had a reason to be upset about the lie, but not accused of fucking hoes. And when he told her that he didn't do it, she didn't believe him. The crazy part was she broke off the engagement without even asking why would you there? What happened? So girl, you don't trust that man. Anyway, the black people. The fashions on the show, my God, I was like, oh, I love it. I want them dresses. Now it's too hot right now for them dresses, but I want them dresses. Child Peggy, who's in the is in the yellow and black or whatever. Her mama, Mrs. Squats, Mama Dorothy, in this purple and gold. Oh my God, I love it. Okay, but they are happy. Why? Because Peggy is, dating Dr. Kirkland, the black doctor. That's her boyfriend. Okay, they dating around here and having a good time and whatnot. He is so smitten by Peggy. She's so smitten by him. Again, they met because she got sick. The white doctor did not want to treat her. Her daddy called this black doctor, and then, oh, cool. He liked me. I like him. Let's date. But his mama, evil Claire Hanks, Huxtable, okay, don't like Peggy. But she don't like Peggy mainly because Peggy's dark skin. His mama ain't shit. I can't say it in any other way. Dr. Kirkland, Mama, Mrs. Kirkland is a colorist. She this is a bad person. She don't like dark skinned people. She feel like she's a free person. She was born free, but if you were a free slave, you are like less than her. We don't like her. Okay, she's evil. Claire Hanks, Huxtable. Okay, but Peggy, her mom was talking because again, oh wow, Dr. Kirkland come around here, child. He want to talk to me. I don't know for what. He says it's important. So they're assuming he wants to propose. Did I don't know, daughter, but I'm gonna leave y'all alone and let me know how it go. It should be great. And she was in such a great mood, happy, 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 happy. Okay, because last night when he went to talk to her, he could not because again the white man got shot. He get there and she goes from being very, very, very happy to sad because he's come to ask her, hey, my mama said that you got a dead baby. Okay. My mama said you was married because in this day and age, if you were married and divorced, you are like, you can't be with nobody. Okay. We can't love you, which is crazy. Men back then could divorce a woman and then get remarried like it's nothing. But if a woman gets divorced, she's like, ugh. And I'm like, no, why y'all do that? But again, his thing was so opposite of what happened with marrying her boyfriend, Beyonce, where she found out something and she jumped to conclusions, did not want to talk to him, did not want to ask any questions or whatever, called off the engagement, did not want totally crazy. And then this situation with Peggy and Dr. Kirkland, he like, nah, I'm gonna go to her, I'm gonna ask her what happened. I want to know from her mouth what happened, because I don't know. I'm not gonna take anyone else's word. I want to hear her. But she said, look, I guess I was married. My father had it. I was 18. My dad had it annulled, but by the time it was annulled, I was already pregnant. And because if you're married is annulled, that is good. You know what I'm saying? You can be married and have it annulled, and there ain't no issue. But you can't be married and have a divorce. Okay. So again, I was married, had got pregnant while I was married, but we had the thing annulled, but we did not know at the time I was pregnant. And then I had the baby. It was complications. I passed out. And when I woke up, they told me the baby died. But the daddy lied to her. Okay. Told her baby died, but he really gave the baby away for adoption to another family. And then later on down the line, she found out that her baby didn't die. But by the time she found out the baby had died, like in real life, he like died for like, was it, I don't know, something he died from. But the baby died at like 3 years old. But again, she didn't do nothing wrong. But his mom was like, oh, she was married and she gave it up. And so it made it seem as if she was a woman of ill repute, and it wasn't true. So she's like, I was gonna tell you. I was gonna tell you. I just hadn't gotten to a chat. But I wasn't hiding it, but it's just something I don't talk about with everyone. And again, they only been dating for a little while. Okay. And they like just got serious. So yeah, so he like, I'm so sorry, I didn't know. I gotta think about it. My feelings all over the place, whatever. I'm gonna write you though. I said, not you gonna write. She was so sad, child. And then her mama came home, and child Peggy was crying so bad. I was like, oh Lord Jesus, because to her, oh my God, he doesn't love me anymore. I'm not worthy anymore. I'm so sad. His mama told him all these things that she probably lied to and added and shit. So he thinks the worst of me, and I'm so sad. And I said, oh Lord, not Peggy, Lord Jesus, not a Peggy. And so her mom, Mama Dorothy, was like, no, you deserve love. You deserve a man who was going to love you, who's going to be understanding and everything. They're going to give you grace, okay? Fuck all that shit. Okay, you was great, great, great. And I said, oh my God, Peggy. Mm, mm, mm. Because they're all going to the grand ball for Black folk, okay, which is kind of held by Dr. Kirkland's mom and them. So Peggy like, I can't do this. I don't know. No, we going to the party and gonna have a good time. Okay, so while Mama is out shopping for her dress, she runs into Dr. Kirkland's mama, Eva Claire Hanks Huxtable. Okay, and I say, girl, what is you doing, Claire Hanks Huxtable? Why are you being so mean spirited? And when Mama Dorothy laid into Mama Kirkland and said, bitch, first of all, fuck you, your son. I'm paraphrasing. Her point was, you are so busy being mean spirited and shaming everyone else except yourself. You act like your shit don't stink, as if you have never done something that was, wrong or whatever. And you're making things up about my child. And I don't like it. Okay. My daughter ain't do nothing to you. So why you keep fucking my daughter? Okay, and you ain't shit. And if your son don't want my daughter, then he ain't shit either. Okay, and I'm gonna still come to your party because I'm better than you. And my husband, who owns the pharmacy, still donated all the money he could, to your church and whatever, because we are good people. Okay. Oh, heifer. And I say it's lay into her because again, Mama Kirkland, Dr. Kirkland Mama, was told like third hand information, took it as gospel, and then made it seem so underhanded and sneaky deaky or whatever, just to try to make her son not want to be with Peggy no more. And Peggy ain't do shit. Okay. And so Mama Dorothy was just defending her daughter. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be around here acting all high and mighty. Get off your fucking high horse, heifer. My child is at home crying because you told your son some shit that was not even true, or it wasn't accurate. Yes, she had a baby, but her daddy fucked it up, and then Peggy even told Dr. Kirkland, it took time for me to forgive my father because he lied to me because he felt the man I married wasn't good enough for me. And he then forced me to have an annulment and then lied to me about the baby dying because he did not want that life for me. So I had to get over the baby dying, the lies he told me, and that all this is a lot for me. And now his mama then told other folks, which can make Peggy look like, ooh, she dirty, because now it's gossip. Okay. So Peggy mama checked that heifer in the dress shop. But I'm going to still come to the party because I'm better than you. You better let her know. You better let her know. I appreciated this scene. Now, Felicia Rashad and Audrey McDonald, who they're, the actresses, played their scenes so well. Okay, you better act in this goddamn thing. Okay. Now, what's up next? Oh, Ada and them. So Marion people. So Marion, her two auntie, Ada got the money now. Agnes is broke. I mean, it's true. You know what I'm saying? Some people is broke. Okay. So no, I'm sorry. No, Agnes is broke. Ada has the money. Okay. Ada played by Cynthia Nixon. Um. So a couple of different things here. Is and I won't say it's weird. Agnes was the Agnes is the one in the blue on one thing and then the red on the other. Okay. Ada's in black because her husband died. So she's in mourning. Anyway, so Agnes, who was rich, was running the family and the household and whatnot, lost her son, lost all her money. And that's a whole different story. So, but then when Ada's husband died of cancer, he left her a whole bunch of money because she's rich, 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 rich. So because her sister, Agnes lost her money, Ada now runs the household. So, Agnes had been like, I ain't shit, I ain't got no money. I'm a spinster, blah, 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 blue. And if Marion is upset with Larry, it's good. Let her be, alone or whatever. And Ada said, do you remember how upset you were in your marriage? Our parents forced you into a marriage as well. And then that man was horrible to you. Is that what you want from Marion? So please stop telling her to ignore this man who she loves. Let her be with somebody who she loves. Don't want her to be with somebody, out of convenience how you were. And you were horribly miserable. And she said, what, you're right. That is true. So, Agnes came around to tell Marion, girl, go talk to Larry and admit you was wrong. Okay, you stop fucking around. Secondly, from that, Agnes also was like, I ain't got nothing to do. I'm no longer really in society as the top dog because I don't have any money. So I don't have shit to do. So Ada contacted someone who kept trying to call and get money, but it turns out, no, they didn't want no money because Agnes's family is prominent in that world and whatever. They wanted her to sit on the VP chair board or whatever. And I'm like, that's right up Agnes's alley. She could be a mean bitch to people and boss folks around and then maybe get paid for it. I don't know. But Ada going the extra mile, reaching out to figure out what they wanted, and then finding out, oh no, they don't want money from you. They want you they want your name because your name holds weight. So again, it gives her something to do. And because of all of that, and Agnes realizing, oh, Ada's really running the household. She's helping me, helping Marion or whatever, help my son. She's here paying all the bills or whatever. You know what? You should sit at the front of the table. Okay, because it's your house now. And that was cute. That was good. We then see, oh, the child, look. So the little footman, little Jack, okay? Jack, who had a little clock. They call that boy a clock twink. I mean, what's a clock twink? It's weird. Anyway, so Jack, who was a footman, he was a servant. Okay, he created the clock. Okay, sold the clock for $300,000. Well, technically he sold it for $600,000, but he had to split it with Larry. But again, 300 grand back then is like having 10 million now. So he went from being a poor, servant man, to now having the equivalent of like $10 million. So he then would have bought a house out, and then Bridget, who was also she's a worker too, and they kind of like each other. And so it was a little cute scene. She came on, hey Jack, we also he got some food. And she kind of serving the food because to her, he's a server. He said, no, in this house, you my guest. Okay, in this house, you are a guest of the master. Okay, and their little, just like a little date, it was promising because they're so gentle with each other, and he's freshly new with money. He has no, like I'm saying, he's such a nice kid, and I'm like, yeah, take her away from being a servant, have her be your girlfriend. Okay, have her be the lady of the house. But I'm like, this can be the start of a beautiful relationship come season 4. You know what I'm saying? And it'll be cute. I would like to see it. Okay. Now what's next? Um, Child, oh Lord Jesus. What's his name? What's his name? Oscar. So Oscar, who is Ada's no, Agnes' son, who lost all her money, he's gay. Okay, he's gay, but you can't be gay back then. He had a boyfriend. The boyfriend got hit by a horse and died. The, the dead boyfriend, who was married, by the way, left him a house, child, and money to pay. Left him a house and enough money to pay for the house for 5 years. I said, "Oh, that's a good lover. Okay, that's a good. What's she at? That's a good man, Savannah. A good man.
He's a good man, Savannah. A good man.
That man left him a house, okay, a nice house, and enough money to pay for the house for. I said, girl, wait. And he was also helping him get back in on his whatever. But fine. But anyway, so his boyfriend, his secret lover, died. He again hit by a horse, like literally was run off by a horse. But he's talking to the lady. I can't think of her name or whatever, but she used to be a handmaid. She used to be the maid or the hand, like the lady, the hand lady to a rich woman, and then she got fired for. I think she tried to fuck her husband. That was a different point. No, she got fired, left, found an old rich man, married him, and that man has died. So she's a widow. So she's a widow with money. So I feel like, you got money. I'm a money person. I can help invest that or whatever. And that's his job and whatnot. And also because he knows who she is. No one else does. No one else knows that she was the handmaid to, the rich lady around there. Because back then, no one really knows who worked in your house. And your staff never really, go out to parties and shit. So no one would know who she was. But Oscar knows. And she know Oscar is gay. Okay. So he said, look, you a widow with some money. Okay. Don't you have a house? I have a house up north. He said, cool. I have a cottage up south. Okay. But when we're in New York, we can be a power couple. And then when we're not in New York, we can both have our own separate lives and our own separate houses. Okay. Because this is a lavender marriage. Meaning, we not fucking, we are only a couple here for the power. I can get you into parties or whatever, and you got the money and stuff. So I said, child, it's gonna be child evil, not evil, but it's gonna be something to see them if they do get married and they have this again, this laughter marriage, a gay man in his beard, okay. And she like, and you right because I don't have to fake it with you because you know who I am. So I don't have to, at the house or whatever. I can say whatever. I say cool. So we're gonna see what happens with them next season. Now, Dr. Kirkland, again, he saved the extremely wealthy life of George. Okay, and George and his family is happy, ain't died because again the doctor told him if the black doctor was not here, you would have died. You owe him your life. And again, they are rich, rich, like they have millions. Where other folk there have like hundreds of thousands, and that's rich. They have millions. Okay, so they like, hey, thank you for saving the husband. Okay, we appreciate all that you've done, Dr. Black Man. Okay, and because you came around here and saved my life, because he and I love that George said, had I died, you would have been held liable solely because you're black. And Dr. Kirkland never even stopped him to say, well, I'm not going to help because if he died, because he could have, if he died, it's on me. See, like, you saved my life. We are so, so grateful. And I know that you saved my life. Like, you didn't even have all of the tools you needed or whatever, and you still was able to save me. So this is a token of appreciation. Okay, and hope that you will never, not have what you need as a good ass doctor. Gave him an envelope, tried with money in it. Look, check. Now we didn't see how much it was for. However, Dr. Kirkland, like he couldn't breathe. Like it took us, he was like, so the amount of money has to be at least, at least 500K, in my opinion. Maybe even a million. Because again, they are super duper rich. They just got mines that has coal, like that's copper worth millions upon millions upon millions. So they were already rich before. But again, I wish they would have told us how much the check was for. But again, because I think I remember, like it took his breath away. So it wasn't any small amount, okay? And I'm like, oh, was it half million? Because in the son, because Larry is the son. Larry has got 300K from helping the stable boy, the footman guy says clock. So I'm like, it had to be like hundreds of thousands of dollars because he said again, my life is worth more. Trust me. So that's nothing. Okay. He said, oh, thank you. Thank you for the money. Thank you very much. So we see from there at the Kirkland, again, it's the big party. It's the big white party they're having and the big black party that's being had. Dr. Kirkland has gone home because what he has to get ready for the party for the black people. But he's pissed at his mama. Because the mama done ruined him and Peggy. He's been trying to get in his head, like what I'm gonna do. I love Peggy. I love her. Like I want to be with her. I'm saying that period. And when the mom like, well, I helped you. She's not a good person. I told you she had a husband and a dead baby. Like that ain't what it was, mama. Shut up. Okay. And the mama is getting fussed out by the son and the husband. Like we are sick of your shit. Can you keep overstepping? You've been overstepping. You are always trying to push to where you are forcing people to think how you think. Okay. We don't like it. Okay. He's a grown ass man. Stop trying to ruin shit. But no, I'm trying to help. No, the fuck you not, mama. I love that lady. And you did everything in your power from the moment you met her to try to ruin this for me. And you were happy to come running to me and say, as a dead baby and the ex-husband, she ain't shit. And that wasn't what it was. And I love them checking her for her actions. Like you can't act like you better than anybody. Okay, you do that shit too much. Calm the fuck down. Now go in a carriage and I'm gonna talk to our son. Get out of my face, Claire. Go on somewhere. Okay. And the daddy told the doctor man, his son, he like, look, I'm not gonna lecture you. I'm gonna only say, only you can decide what kind of man you want to be. Okay. And if you question whatever, follow your heart. Okay. Do what you need to do. So at the black people, it was a black people party and a white one. So at the black people party, again, the rich black folk, okay, dress up in a finest jewels, purses, hair, all of that. Okay, a good time being had by all. Again, a beautiful event. The same way the white folk have their big ass party, the black folk, the black rich elite. And I love the fact that we are seeing not only the white folk who got money, we're seeing the black folk too. Because then, just because Dr. Kirkland got money from George, he wasn't broke. I mean, he wasn't rich like that. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have a kind of money, but they are still like the upper echelon of black people. And saying, and even his family is too. They got somebody. You know what I'm saying? Even Peggy, mama did. You know what I'm saying? Peggy Eddie owns a pharmacy. You know what I'm saying? So again, the black elite, us seeing that too is great. You know what I'm saying? And so they round there, child, Peggy like, I don't know why I'm here. I'm still so sad because of Dr. Kirkland, child. What I'm gonna do? And Dr. Kirkland, child, popped up and got his Peggy. I say, oh my God. Oh my God. Dr. Kirkland proposed to Peggy in front of everyone because again, his mama then went around and gossiped and had people thinking that she had this extra, got a baby somewhere, an ex-husband somewhere. So people feel like she may be, not the best person. So let me, the black doctor, the catch of the season, let me propose to her and let me show everyone here. This is who I love. She is mine. And if you give me a chance, okay, I will never let you go. Because she said, I thought when you left, it was over. He said, no, not at all. No. And he actually came in the party and found her daddy and asked him for her hand in marriage. I love her. I have the means to take care of her forever. Because again, that check. Okay. And I just want your blessing. And he said, yes, go ask her. And Peggy, will you marry? I was like, oh my God, yes. Peggy. And it was the scene played out like she was dancing with some other man, right? And then, he walked up, and it was like a dream in slow motion. And she's smiling, and he's smiling. It was so good. He got down on one knee. I was like, oh my God, oh my God. And I heard her mom and daddy and cousins happy. Look at his mama's face. His mama the only one looking upset. Okay, again, her daddy happy, her mama happy, her cousin happy, his daddy happy because he know my son love the lady. Look clear. Oh, evil ass Claire, getting on my damn nerve. So again, now we didn't hear Peggy say yes, but I can't imagine she would say no. I can't. I think they did not show her say yes only because maybe next season we'll see they're married already. You know what I'm saying? But I can imagine Peggy saying no. Not how happy she was to see him. It was a glorious event. They're dancing and spinning and having a good time. And yes, and yes, and yes, and all the black people. And he on bending knee. I'm down on bending knee. Savannah,
He's a good man, Savannah. A good man.
don't you say no. Don't do it. But I don't think I just think there was no need for us to hear her say yes because we knew that she was waiting for this. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But again, yay! Now over at the white people, okay, the white folk, they were not again. Bertha had a ball. Okay, Bertha, not because back then, if you were a woman who were divorced, once you were divorced, you could not be a part of society. Okay, you were damaged goods, damaged goods. So Bertha having this event, and she's now telling people, well, Miss Astor's daughter is getting a divorce, so Miss Astor can't have a party. So Bertha had the party. Okay, Bertha then say, I'm going to invite divorced women. Your daughter divorced. Our friend, Mrs. Finn? No, what's the divorce? I think it's Miss Finn. Is divorced. I'm going to invite them because I want to stop this ban on divorced people. That's weird, stupid, don't make no sense. The men right fucking doing whatever. The women should not be punished. Now, Mrs. Astor did not want to attend. No, we can't be at parties with divorced women, even if it's my daughter. I'm like, bitch, that's your child. What do you mean? However, Mrs. Astor came anyway. Okay. Now the Duke and Duchess, they're Gladys. So that's the daughter. That Gladys is the daughter. Gladys was forced to marry that man, but he's a Duke. Now they're happy now. Okay. So at least he was not a horrible person, but she didn't love that man. I'm saying she was forced to do it, but now they're together and it's fine. So again, it's a nice big ball, a good old tag to all the rich people, all the white rich folk, and they good outfits and jewelry and whatever at the Russell's house. Okay. Now again, don't forget the daddy didn't was shot child 2 days ago. Okay. He shot and recovering or whatever, and the wife having the ball. But the daddy did not want anyone to know he was shot. So it's like a seek. Only a few folk know he got shot, and so he said you can't cancel because if you cancel, it'll make you think, oh wow, you definitely can't cancel because I got shot. That can't happen. And so fine. So again, she had a ball, a good time being had by all the people in their outfits or whatever. And even though again, George just got shot. Okay. However, he shows up to the ball because why? That's his wife. He knows how she wants to, be a part of society. I'm here, your son here, the son made up with the girlfriend, the fiance lady, your daughter's here with her husband, the Duke. So the Duke and Duchess. Again, all of this society sees us as a happy family. I'm the rich man. You just, the socialite wife. Our son is engaged. Our daughter's the Duchess, and so all this, the look of it all is here. So of course I'm here. I'm here for you. You want you wanted us all here, so I'm here. So again, I'm like, okay, cool. He got shot. He survived. He now loves the family could have died or whatever. Maybe he feels great to be alive. Okay. But you said, I'm here because I know you wanted those all here, so I'm here. And he said, I'm so happy you're here with me. And he looked at her and I said, what did look me? The following day, he packed. I said, what are you pack? Where you going? Is he going back to the railroad? Because there's a railroad thing. Going to the railroad? He said, oh, I only came for the look of it. Because you wanted people to see us. I came for that. It was a show. I'm going back to the hotel. I gotta go. I'm going, and so is our son. What? I thought he's like, look, I got shot and it changed my perspective. I want to be happy, and I'm not happy with how things have been going. And his point was, yes, we're both ruthless, and when it comes to getting what we want, I'm ruthless in business because it's business, but you're ruthless with the family. You can't do that with the family. You know what I'm saying? You forced our daughter to marry that man. She said, but you walked her down the aisle. He said, I sure did, and I can't forgive myself for that. I allowed you to, make me do that. I can't forgive myself what I did because you wanted her to do something that she did not want to do. And sure, maybe she's happy now, but she was miserable for a while. She had to just, she had to get happy. You know what I'm saying, I can't forgive myself for a lot of like letting her get married because she didn't. I could have stopped and I didn't. And you know what you want, and only what you want matters. You don't care what we want, how we feel, because our daughter was crying, walking down the aisle like boo-hoo crying, and we knew she did not want to marry him. She didn't really need to, but you wanted her to do that so that your daughter could be a Duchess, so that you could be the mom of a Duchess. It was about you. So again, yes, I love your fearless, reckless behavior when you want to get something until you started doing that by using us to do it. Again, business is one thing. And when you were moving other pieces around the board, that was fine. But when you start using me, our son, ruining their, other relationships or whatever, I don't want that. So I gotta figure it out. And until then, I'm leaving you. And I said, no, George left Bertha? Bitch, what? I mean, even though he had like moved out a little bit, but they still were like married. And this is like, no, I'm leaving. Until I figure out what I want, I can't be here. And so I gotta go. And she crying, child, and in walks Gladys, her daughter. Oh, mom, hi, where's dad? Look, I'm pregnant. So Gladys is like 4 months pregnant. Okay, she just told her husband, the dude, the dude, she's a Duchess. And so again, she's happy in her marriage now, but again, she was miserable for a long time because of how her mom would force her to do stuff because her mom wanted it things her way. The mom, Bertha, never cared how anyone else felt. It was what she wanted, period, point blank. And now because she's put all these strings to get what she thought she wanted, she's now losing it all. Her son can't stand her because of that same reason. George is pissed off. The daughter at one point was upset until the mom went over to England with her and helped her, get her husband to kind of be nice, and open towards her, whatever. And they're happy now. But again, you fucked it up, okay? But she had, oh, you're pregnant. Oh my god, yeah. So where's dad? That's still dad. And dad gone. And child Bertha looking out the window as George rolled off, leaving her, and she's crying. I was like, mm. Gladys walked down the aisle, boo hoo crying. And when George was like, she's not happy. Your response was, my daughter is marrying the dude. She's become a Dutch. Let me enjoy this. But you were enjoying while your daughter was in pain. So I'm like, seeing Bertha boo crying, it made me feel good. Because I felt like she finally knows what it feels like to have to deal with what someone else wants that you don't want. Like George doesn't want to be there with you anymore. And you can't do anything to force him to be there. But you forced them to do stuff. You force them to end a relationship. She's done, child. It's just craziness. Okay. So it was such a good finale. It was such a good finale. I did not think they would like break up like that. Okay. I was very happy that Peggy got engaged. That was great. I'm happy that that Gladys is pregnant and she's happy that she's pregnant. And her husband is not. I thought the Duke would be a asshole, and he's not. He's really really nice. Okay, but I'm like, what's gonna happen, child? Anyway, it was a good season 3, and everyone is at a crossroad. Peggy and Doctor is possibly engaged to be married. His mama's pissed off. Then with Marion and Larry, they are working on getting back to their engagements. You then have, George and Bertha possibly divorcing. You know what I'm saying? It's all these crossroad conversations and things. But I can't wait until the next season. Okay. Anyway, y'all, that's all I have for this season of the Gilded Age. Again, if you do not watch the show, go to HBO and binge watch the three seasons. Now, I think season 4 would not be out until child sometime in 2027. That's so long ago. Because I really wish it can come back next summer, but I just don't think it's going to happen. So it's going to probably come out sometime in 2027. But if we're lucky, maybe we can get it at the end of next year. I don't know. Anyway, I got to go. Y'all do not forget to like the video. Okay, subscribe to my channel. There's also other videos up, so make sure to watch the other videos as well. Okay, I have other content all over my channel. But that's it for now. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I gotta go. Bye.